Mike DeWine was elected in November of 2018 to serve as the 70th governor of the state of Ohio. He has had a long and distinguished career in public service. He has held office as the 50th Attorney General of Ohio, and he has been elected to serve as Greene County Prosecutor, Ohio State Senator, U.S. Congressman, Ohio Lieutenant Governor, and U.S. Senator. He was raised in Yellow Springs, Ohio. Governor DeWine and his wife, Fran, met in the first grade, and they married while they were students at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. They are the parents of 8 children and grandparents of 24. Their beautiful daughter, Anna, graduated from Spring Hill College in 2014. That same year, the family established the DeWine Family Scholarship, which has benefited 11 scholars and continues to help students from Ohio who need a financial assistance to attend Spring Hill College. A member of the Spring Hill College Board of Trustees, Governor DeWine is a staunch supporter of Jesuit, Catholic, liberal arts education. Governor DeWine, would you please stand?
Spring Hill College and the DeWine Family Scholarships continues to provide this education for those with little means. Spring Hill College is pleased to bestow on you this day, the 4th of May, 2019, the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. DeWine.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. President, members of the faculty, thank you for your great work. To all the graduates, congratulations. This is your day. You made it. You got to walk down the Avenue of the Oaks in spite of the rain, so congratulations. Let me also congratulate the parents, the grandparents, the siblings, family members, spouses, children. And if I could ask all the graduates to stand up and give them a hand, if we could give the hand to the family members. It's hard for my wife Fran and I to believe that it's been 5 years since our daughter Anna graduated from Spring Hill. She loves Spring Hill. Her graduation day was very, very special for us, and I know this is special for all the families. As the parents of 8 children and now 24 grandchildren, Fran and I have been to a lot of graduations, and we've sat through a lot of graduation speakers. With that in mind, I'll try to keep my remarks brief. Each week, we see articles about the possible demise of small liberal arts colleges. And those articles ask the question whether these schools can survive in this day of shrinking numbers of high school graduates, online courses, and a focus on specific job-related education. Yet I believe that Spring Hill stands apart, and I believe that the future of Spring Hill is indeed very, very bright. What makes it different? What makes Spring Hill special? I think part of it is culture. Every institution has a culture. As governor of Ohio, we strive to create a good culture that's customer and citizen friendly. CEOs talk about their own business's culture. The culture here at Spring Hill is about learning. It's about caring for and respecting others. And the culture is about understanding that each has an obligation to the other. The culture here is centered around people, and it's centered around their ideas. It's centered around fostering creativity and encouraging curiosity. You see, Spring Hill values both the individual and the community. Each student special, each student is respected, each student matters. At the same time, each student is a part of a larger community, interconnected in service to others. At Spring Hill, you all take care of each other. Men and women for and with others is actually practiced and therefore learned each day at Spring Hill. One man who certainly was a man for and with others saw Spring Hill as a civil rights leader. In his 1963 letter from a Birmingham jail, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. mentioned a school in the South that had moved forward and that was leading forward on civil rights. Today, the students at that small liberal arts college that King mentioned continue to live out his dream, serving others and pursuing justice for others. Spring Hill is about transformation, about building and developing leaders and going out and doing bold things. But the school is also about sometimes just standing beside a friend or even a stranger who is in need. Yes, Spring Hill is certainly a small school, but it has been providing and continues to provide great opportunities. Professors know their students. Students' opinions matter. Students are heard. And there certainly is something for every student at Spring Hill. Even the shyest of students has the opportunity to get involved and develop leadership skills through sports and intramurals, service projects, campus ministries, sororities, international service immersion program trips, student government, the list goes on and on. I ask our DeWine Scholar students what they think makes Spring Hill College so very special. And the recurring theme that they told me is that Spring Hill is a family. It is a place where students say they feel welcomed and cared for and safe. Or as two of our DeWine Scholarship students said, both of them told me, Spring Hill is home. Spring Hill is home. Our daughter Anna shares that sentiment, and these are her words. Perhaps the most special thing about Spring Hill is its community, the relationships built on campus. And this is the hardest thing to put into words, just like it's hard to put into words how beautiful Spring Hill is, the Avenue of the Oaks, St. Joseph's Chapel, Sodality Chapel, the Grotto. Spring Hill, Anna continues, Spring Hill is so beautiful that you want to call it magical. And in a way, that's how the community is too. People take care of each other. People look out for each other. And they fiercely value the relationships that they have made here. And so as you all graduate today and leave this home, I would ask you to maintain those relationships and the friendships you've made over the last 4 or 5 years. Keep in touch with each other. Former First Lady Barbara Bush, I think, said it very well, and I quote her, "As important as your obligations as a doctor, a lawyer, a business leader will be, you are a human being first." And those human connections with spouses, with children, with friends, are the most important investment you will ever make. At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. You will regret time not spent with a husband, a child, a friend, or a parent, end of quote. And I also think you will regret making decisions because of what someone else wants you to do, or because you think you have to choose the best job or the best place to live. In my own case, after graduating from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, I decided to go to law school. And I ended up in a small town in Ohio, Ada, Ohio. When I graduated, then I was lucky enough to get a job that I loved as an assistant county prosecutor. I found myself at the age of 26 trying major felony cases, working with local police at major crime scenes, and frankly, just enjoying every single minute of it. You too will flourish if the choice is yours, and you will flourish as long as the choice fits you. And my advice is, if you find yourself in a job you don't enjoy, leave. Quit. Seriously, move on. Find what makes you happy, and the rest will work out for itself. You also do well in your lives if you take some chances and take some risk. I'll tell you that my biggest regrets in life are the things I did not do, the times that I was timid, the chances that I did not take. A friend of mine, the late Congressman Henry Hyde, was a man who took risk. He was an eloquent and fierce defender of human life and the unborn. And he spoke out even when his views weren't popular. He talked about the end of our lives and the final judgment, and this is what he said, and I quote from Congressman Hyde: "The sins of omission will be what weigh you down. Not the things you have done wrong or the chances you've taken, but rather the things you have failed to do, the times you have stepped back, the times that you did not speak out." And so, if I can give you any advice today, it's this: don't be timid. Don't always take the easy road. Don't shy away, and don't be afraid to make and take some chances. C.S. Lewis once said, and I quote, "We live in a world where every road, after a few miles, forks into two, and each of those into two again. And each fork, you must make a decision. It is those decisions, those choices, that will shape your lives." And so when you hit those forks in the road and you are confronted with difficult decisions, be bold. Just as St. Ignatius would tell you, go forth, set the world on fire. I want to tell you a brief story about a man who did just that by taking some risk and never stepping back, and who really has set his part of the world on fire. Father Tom Hagen is a dear friend of our family. Many years ago, he had been living a very comfortable life as chaplain at Princeton University. It was a great job and a great place. And while he was there, he decided to take a small group of students to the country of Haiti. While in Haiti, they saw heartbreaking things, overwhelming and unimaginable poverty and disease. And when Father Tom returned to the United States, he said to himself, "I have to go. I have to do something. I have to help those suffering people." And so he gave up everything. He moved to Haiti. He started from scratch. He built a school and a clinic and started a feeding program in the poorest slum in the entire Western Hemisphere. And today, because he did not step back and hope that someone else would act, Father Tom feeds and educates 8,000 children every single day at the school that he has named in honor of our late daughter, Becky. Because he was willing to take some chances, these kids have a future. Now, while Father Tom's story is indeed extraordinary, we shouldn't think that to make a difference, we have to move to Haiti. It isn't about that at all. Rather, it's simply about choosing to use your unique God-given talents to serve others and really fulfill your obligation to one another. By doing so, you'll build a better world. And again, let me quote Father Tom. "This world of ours is very narrow and small, and what happens in one part of this world eventually has repercussions and impact in every other part of the world. So be the missionary you were born to be. Take responsibility for your own space, your own time, your own little corner of the world. Build a little bit of heaven wherever you are, and you will make a difference in this world." End of quote. Let me conclude with a personal story about how my own choices have changed my path in this life. As you heard, my wife, Fran, and I grew up in a small village in southwest Ohio. Now, Fran was a very good student. When you start in first grade together, you know how each other one does in grades. She was a very good student. I was not. While she was ranked at the top of our high school class, I was ranked 13th. That's 13th from the bottom. In high school, I certainly did not work hard and certainly did not apply myself. But even then, I had some big dreams. And later in life, I took some big chances. As I told you, I started my career as a young county prosecuting attorney. And I could have stayed there. I loved the job, loved it. But instead, I decided to take a chance and to run for the Ohio State Senate, knowing that if I lost, not only would I be out of a job, but my career possibly would be ended. And later, when I had been a U.S. congressman in a safe district, I could have stayed there many, many years. But again, I risked it all to run for lieutenant governor. All of that eventually led me to running and being elected to the United States Senate. And I will tell you, that's a pretty good job. But in 2006, I was in a very tough race for my reelection to the Senate. And what I learned is that sometimes when you risk everything, you lose. And that's exactly what happened to me on November 7th, 2006. At the age of 59, after 30 years in elected office, I suddenly found myself out of a job and needing to find where I wanted to go. The day after I lost the election, I decided to call my alma mater and also call the local university near my home and to ask the presidents if I could be a teacher at their school. And though I didn't know it just yet, while I had lost the election, I had really won so much more. You see, after I lost Fran, I went back home to Ohio. And not long after that, we learned that my father's pancreatic cancer had returned and that he was going to die. But because we were back in Ohio, I was able to spend time with both my parents in their final months of life, time that I never would have had with them had I still been in Washington. A few years later, at an age when most people would have happily retired, and many people, I must tell you, thought that I should have, and some still do, I ran for office again, and I won. Each of you graduating today has such great opportunities ahead to take some chances on your life. Along the way, you will face tough, life-changing decisions. You'll face disappointments and challenges and certainly some losses. But when you do, know that sometimes the best is yet to come. Trust your instincts. Do what you think is right. Don't worry about what others want you to do or think you should do. And if it's a close call, go with your gut. Follow your heart. I must tell you that when I have not done that, I've been sorry. Perhaps baseball great Babe Ruth, who visited the pit here at Spring Hill in 1924, put it best. Never allow the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. So the class of 2019, congratulations. We're very, very proud of you. I know your families are proud of you. Get out there and go play the game. Thank you very much.